What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another trading recap where I'll be covering what I took on the day on a more personal level and my overall goals for the week. So, today, Monday, no news Monday, so I'm going in very cautious. Today's the 14th trade that I took for the BNQ challenge, and I didn't upload the last one, which was the 13th, but it was essentially an A plus trade, probably the best trade of the month. Structure wise, actually, I'd say this one's better. I don't know. Regardless, it was just as perfect as today's, but I did go break even. At the time, I can justify it mechanically. It's an A plus break even level mechanically, but narrative wise, it's simply not, and it's an avoidable break even, one that I didn't need to take. So going on to the future, I'm gonna be focusing on more narrative based and discretionary break even levels, and trying to add that story behind them, because around 50%, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, I think a little less, around 50% of my break evens do lead to wins, which is a little bit of an issue that I'd like to shave off. So today is a great example of that, confirmed by Ronin Bionic NQ. And yeah, so today, A plus trade on all six XFAs, and super easy day, super easy narrative. So let's get started with the analysis. So going on to the high time frame, we see that we are nearing this all-time high draws with a daily buy-side imbalance below. But most importantly, what did price do before the NWAG? So price, we see that we mitigate the CE of this 4-hour gap, having very valid reaction off of it, with us having an SMT at the lows right here with this other 4-hour gap. On ES, structure is very clearly just distributing and displacing higher. We do create a lot of LR and a lot of slanted lows, but I'm not really worried as to how bullish we are in conditions of the market currently. So going into session, I just want to be completely bullish until proven wrong. So I set this 30-minute condition and gap that is visible on both assets. And so yes, that is pretty much all there is to today's analysis. Um, you could have also marked out the NWAG on both assets, which is actually going to be pretty important. I'm just going to draw a line at it, actually, as that signifies the top of it getting filled. So what happens? So hold up. Yes. So going into session, what happens? We open, then we kind of just trade lower, basically into nothing. A lot of people took this 1 minute inversion NCISD. It's trash. We are lacking a complete key level, and so yeah, just super butt. I know a lot of people took this loss because we tapped into a 5 minute, I think. Yeah, right here, but just super invalid. Just not terrible loss. If you took that, reflect and repair. So I had marked out these data lows, and which we do sweep and mitigate this 30-minute. I'm looking for an inversion here. The highest time frame one was a 2-minute, but we start generating liquidity at around that 9:40 time. So at this point, when we're chopping around here, this is a very good kind of idea onto this key level, because I want to see not only us for us to mitigate this key level, but for us to get that stop hunt or true manipulation to add that extra conviction. And this is just super perfect with time. We get the accumulation, we generate so many targets. So I now don't really want to take this 2-minute. I would preferably want to take an inversion down here with these targets leading to that inversion, leading to this gap. So yeah, we get that stop hunt, matching with that 9:45 PO3. So right now we are in the 30-minute PO3 and the 15-minute PO3. So 9:30, our that 9:30 wick is at our stop loss, and that 9:15 wick is at our stop loss. So we are super protected in this trade, just super A plus. And we get that 1-minute inversion. I was actually looking at the 30-second, but it's the same bullshit. I just didn't see the 1 minute one had formed, but that would be the most valid thing to take. If anything, I entered a little 30 seconds later. But yeah, I take this, and so the mechanical break even here, what I want to cover is to these accumulation zone highs, right? Which would have made you take full TP and is valid, right? However, with this amount of size in ticks, I just don't really want to take this unless we close a little more above to these accumulation zone highs, as narratively we have no reason to get sent lower here. For a full reversal to happen off of these accumulation zone highs is just pretty unlikely and improbable, and most likely just it's just super low probability, not just slightly improbable, highly improbable. So I don't go break even. Once we're around this level, closing way above these accumulation zone highs, I am very comfortable going break even. I don't put it, but mentally, if we were to go down here, I would have been break even. There's no way I'm like stomaching um, being in drawdown after such fat displacement. So, yep, we take full TP. I was just going for the low hanging fruit, so the 1-to-1, but I know a lot of people were holding to all time highs. That pretty much settles the recap as I stopped trading after. The 2 minute was valid. I know a lot of people took the 2 minute inversion because they missed the initial 1 minute. But I would have just gone break even when ES had actually filled that new week opening gap. I think it's a super avoidable loss if you did take that loss on 2 minute. I don't think you should have lost today if you did. You need to journal that. No, I don't think today was any losses or break evens unless you took